Good morning, Desert Wanderers. As always, it's a scalding day here in the sands. The weather is clear with a chance of sandstorms. Well, this is it. We're all packed up and ready to relocate. So we'll hopefully be seeing more of you in a different location. Wherever that might be, though, at least we'll know we went there together. For now, though, we have some stories for you. Prior to the court trial of the Chuds, our reporter Blicky tried to get in contact with Killit Ryan, where he had the following to say in regards to his trial.
Good evening and welcome to Camail News. Today we are speaking with Killit Ryan, a fellow survivor of the Sands and member of the Chuds. This interview is taking place just minutes before his trial alongside Wambley. Ryan, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. With the trial only moments away, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling nervous, but what's coming is coming. This is inevitable. So we're gonna be turning ourselves in. And it's up to Getra to deal the justice to us and hopefully move on from this.
An honorable decision. Well, you will be in court because of a large incident that happened. You were involved in the large revival event that was widely advertised as a chance to bring back more than 20 people. However, before the event, the Chuds made the decision to destroy the collected heads instead. Can you walk us through how that decision came about? What led to your group taking that course of action?
Well, I guess I'd have to start from the beginning. Obviously, I have an idea of what I'm going to say at the speech. I'll try to give you something just in case I do not make it there. So, I'm Killit Ryan. I stand here today, one of the defendants, one of the last two Chuds of the original nation of Sandoval. I've spent most of my time on Getra trying to get back the two friends I lost on day one. In just that single day of being here, a sense of unity far greater than any I've ever experienced was formed. Sandoval. Sandoval was formed out of silliness, friendship, and pure human community. We sang Wonderful, and we yearned for the world outside of these caves, to learn again, like all of you, what we had lost after the Great Burning. After my friends, Wawa Wambley, who's currently with me, and Maple died tragically on day one, myself and Willett set out to the waste to find technology so great it could bring a soul back to life. We found and reported the reported rocket ship sleds, and we were digging at them tirelessly for 2 days straight. During this time, we found that Aureate reconstructors were incredibly rare, for it was only after 2.5 days that we acquired a single reconstructor, and we were donated one by Hourglass, by Stevie, an ally, allowing us to revive Wambley and Maple. During this time, the other Sandoval members, Aloon and Finish Tango, went about to help other communities and see if they could drum up revives in any other ways. They were declined wherever they went. They became distraught, knowing that nations were hoarding revives while they could not revive the only friends they knew. During day 3, they went to the first Gatrin community meeting. I'm sure some of you guys might have gone there. And although I myself do not know the entire reasoning, it's not perfect, they began to tout that Sandoval had oh so many Aureate reconstructors. So many that Sandoval would finally be respected, that it would be treated better, and that the people from other nations would want to join up with us. Aloon and Finish Tango were donated heads by the Getrans, who only wanted to revive the souls lost in these wastes. And when they came back to me and Willits, they told us what they had done. That they had promised a revival session, one that would bring back everyone, and one that would give so much hope to Getra, who so earnestly needed it. However, when they spoke to us, when they discovered how difficult the revives were to obtain, something snapped in Aloon. She felt the day's worth of kindness she had given, the people who spurned her, and her effort of her friends that we had put in just for this, and she decided the system needed change. It needed to burn. We were all convinced by her plan, for when we looked at her we saw a friend that was in way too deep. She couldn't give up now, and when your family needs your help, you don't watch and let them drown. Even if it's awful, you stand by them. I personally could not cope with what we did. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't reason, I couldn't even bring myself to collect a single head knowing what would happen at the chuddening, as it's been deemed. So many have been hurt, emotionally betrayed by the actions of the Chuds yesterday. The people of Getra did not deserve this. Your friends did not deserve this. You were sold false hope, and for that I am sorry. We stood by our friends when they were way too deep in their lies, too proud to admit their mistakes, and too conniving to stop now. I ask that we be sentenced to death by wyvern, so that you may study its moves. Maybe less of you would perish during the fight. I bid that you, people of Getra, learn from this mistake, for after our sentencing, find the silver lining, work together, for only you can recover our shared past. Don't let pride and greed turn you into an enemy, like it did to me, like it did to Sandoval, lest these sands truly ruin us.
Hey.
And that's our piece.
Once they made their way to the courthouse, their sentence was anything but light. However, they took it on the chest because they knew at least they'd go out helping fellow Getrans.
This court finds Killet Ryan guilty of all charges presented, and he is sentenced to trial by fire and brimstone before the wyvern. Wombley, you are sentenced guilty on the charges of defrauding the public and crimes against humanity, but you are found not guilty of conspiracy due to your lack of life during the planning of the massacre. With this said, you are sentenced to fire and brimstone to the wyvern. In regards to the men being tried in absentia, Ilkson and Finnish Tango, please, Vladimir Lemon. They are sentenced to death by Cactus for the crimes against humanity.
Following the sentencing, the united force took the fight to the Scourge, and although many were lost, they were ultimately victorious. It was looking grim, as the wyvern unexpectedly had a twin. But through sheer resolve, even a second wyvern couldn't take down the combined forces of Getra. And we ourselves also had a solo expedition after the wyvern fight, where we went to the silo to check out the rocket ship for ourselves. And here's a little visual of our last hope to get off of this planet. Proptopia claims to have acquired all the parts to make it function again, but will it be able to support all of Getrans on their expedition? Before we even consider that though, we'll have to be careful of the guardian of the silo. This robot looks to be in a sort of stasis, and is believed to reactivate itself once the rocket itself is up and operational. We here at Camail News ask that you be extremely careful when approaching the mech, as we have no information about its health, attacks, or patterns. And for one last message from me before this perspires. We've watched our brothers and sisters turn to dust, and that dust return to the sands. We will also return to the sands. Not as dust, but as victors. So remember your fallen, celebrate your living, but fight for your future. That's all. It's been a pleasure. Camail News signing out, and we'll see you at the silo.